He's always engaged with his students. They are always interacting with each other. He's interacting with them. It's a classroom environment that you can see that the interaction's happening and the learning's happening.
The structure of his class on a day-to-day basis would be a lot of labs and a lot of interactive activities, and he doesn't really focus on lectures more than like actual physical interactions and us doing more of the learning.
He's very big on trying to do what works best for the students. That's not really one style of teaching because he wants to make sure that all of the students know and learn correct.
For me in my classroom, hopefully if you walk in on a normal day, I'm doing as little talking as possible in front of everybody because I would rather have them be talking with each other. So a lot of group work, a lot of collaborative activities. It could be on a guided worksheet, it could be a lab, it could be a simulation. I would rather students learn by doing something than just me talking at them.
He's okay with trying new things and letting things fail, but he's also someone that if you have an idea and you don't know how it's going to work out, he's going to tell you to do it anyways. And he's going to give you the support to figure it out.
He adapts to everything that you throw at him. So whether it's a different issue and you're like, hey, I need an extra day, or hey, I don't know if I could do this in this group setting, he adapts to that. I just know that there's not going to be something in that class that he's going to throw at me that I'm going to be uncomfortable with. That class is actively a safe space for me.
I think my favorite part of the day, I think it depends on what's going on because things change so much day to day. For me, it's when I've got an activity or something that's going to surprise students. My AP Environmental Science class, I love putting the students face to face with a problem that's really complicated and them start to realize the scale and go, wow, this is a lot more complicated than I thought. And then they get to work and seeing that switch from, oh, this is a big problem to, hey, what can we do to solve this problem? Those days where I have those activities, those are the ones that I look forward to every single time because it's students solving problems or thinking critically. It's those activities, whatever it is, where students start to take on that higher level thought is stuff that I look forward to during the day.
With the ability for Mr. Brown to connect to students, just increases the chances and the opportunities for all students to do well. They look at him as a mentor, so we appreciate all that he does. He goes far above and beyond on a daily basis.
He connects to students by actively talking in conversations that they like. He tries to bridge connections with things students may like. For example, I'm really into music and he is too. When trying to open up, he would often bring up things about music, about choir, bands. It just made me feel welcome to have someone that as an adult that could talk about my aspirations and desires. And I think by making students feel comfortable and by allowing them to talk about what they like, it just creates a safe space for them because they know they won't be judged and they can pursue anything they want.
I definitely think that Mr. Brown's way of teaching gets the whole student involved, and so they feel seen even if they're in a class that they struggle in. Science is hard for a lot of kids because they haven't been around it their whole life, and so when they get to high school, science is sometimes overwhelming because it's almost like learning a new language. And so I think how Mr. Brown teaches, it allows them to make mistakes and understand where they're making mistakes. And he does that because he's so approachable. They can go up to him and be like, I know you explained this 4 times already, and he'll take the time to reword it until they understand. He doesn't give up on them and that they feel like they can be successful in his classes.
I think it's important to have a teacher like Mr. Brown around campus to be able to support people who aren't really confident in themselves or just are looking for a safe space to be, because he always opens his classroom to anyone, no matter if you're in his class or not. And it's really comforting knowing the fact that he is always there to reassure you and he's always there to support you, and it genuinely just feels like a mentor and just like someone you can lean on for anything.
When Mr. Brown started the esports team a couple years ago, he knew there was just a group of students on campus that weren't being seen, and so they were just kind of wandering aimlessly. They didn't have a purpose on campus, and he himself plays video games, and so he kind of fostered and took over coaching that role of esports and made it into a club first and then an actual sport on campus.
One of the reasons I helped get esports started and other things like all the academic competitions we're doing is to open up new opportunities to students that may not have a group that they belong to on campus. Something like esports was an easy way to say, hey, you're valued too, you have a place of belonging, you can compete too. So giving those students that opportunity was kind of the driving force behind that. And a lot of the things that I've helped start on campus have been students saying, hey, we want this, who's crazy enough to start it? And it tends to be me a lot of the time.
I've actually had several students that were in the esports club and then now the team, and one of them is my brother. And so he feels really at home with esports. He feels like he has a purpose, he has a connection on campus. That's just Mr. Brown as a person, is he's gonna see a need and he's gonna figure out how to go and fill it. And so I think that's really special.